Get back to work.
Make me.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! So today we're gonna start the GX campaign. I should probably turn my mouse up a little bit. We're gonna fight Adrian Gecko and his damn Cloudians of annoying bullshit. So we're gonna do... I actually been really wanting to do just an entire episode of just Raidraptors today. That's what I'm feeling like today. I figured out what to do if I don't draw my rank up spells. I actually have a decent combo idea. It isn't too bad. So I'm hoping this kind of works out. It should. We're a pretty consistent deck. I've changed a few things around. Fairy Statue's fine. Banishing's pretty good. Astral Forces actually not too bad either. Well, actually Astral Force is kind of what we need. So we actually drew the right rank of spell we actually needed. Yeah, with the highest rank. Oh wait, it has to be highest rank, so that means I gotta do that shit early, huh? I mean, I guess that's fine. We could still get access to what we need, funnily enough. So it actually changes my combo a little bit. So, okay, so the reason why the Cyber Dragon Infinity is here, I figured out why it was in here, because I actually haven't really practiced this deck in a while. The Cyber Dragon Infinity is in here because I can't see it in my deck, unfortunately, because this isn't like Master Duel, but we do run Soul Shaver Force. I would say Soul Shaver, but we do have a Soul Shaver Force in our deck, which means if we don't draw any of our rank up spells, which we just did, we can use a Force Strix in the graveyard to make Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is actually really cool because Soul Shaver Force doesn't specify what Xyz monster you output on your field. All they care about is a Raidraptor in your grave. So that's pretty useful. But we drew rank up spells, so that means we can pretty much do our full combo here. Yep, we got the Banishing Lanius, got Mimicry, we got Pain Lanius. I think we just literally got this. We also got the Barrier Statue, which can do stuff, I guess. Yep, we'll just get our Mimicry in the graveyard real fast, but first I want to be able to... Boop. Thankfully we can just turn this into link material as well, which would be nice. So first off, we're gonna first go into... we have to go into a Force Strix first. And then we're gonna search... should probably search a Blackwing monster, because when we go into... do we want to do that? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. So we'll do this. We'll Force Strix first. Send Mimicry to the graveyard. We're gonna add Bore the Spear. We control 2 Raidraptors, so we can also do this real quick. We gotta activate Mimicry. Mimicry is going to be able to add Nest. We actually do need this Nest, so this worked out pretty darn well for us. And then we can just summon Nest. Nest can add... I don't know, probably... Should we just focus on follow-up, or should we just continue comboing? I think we should continue comboing, actually, because we might need the extra bird body to go into a Simorgh. Let me see if I can do this right. So I'm going to summon that for insurance reasons. Then we'll go into a Y-Strix. Again, the Bore of the Spear is actually here on purpose, because we can use, we can special summon him, because we're going to be able to summon, whatchamacallit from the deck. Zora, yeah, or Zephyros, sorry. Since you control Blackwing, so we probably didn't need that card, but it's still fine. So we can still Bore the Spear here. Yep, and then we can use probably just those two to make another Force Strix. Yeah, use these two. And then we'll use Bora and Y-Strix to make Simorgh. Yep. And then we'll activate this effect again, because then we're going to search a another starter card, which will probably be not Tribute Lanius. Well, actually, we could do Tribute. Yeah, Tribute might be a good choice. Vanishing is always a better choice. because that's a follow-up card. Yep, and then you get out Raid Force. Since we control one ranked monster, we can probably use, we can use Astral Force here to turn him into Air Raid. Sorry, this combo is going to take like 10 minutes. But the end resort of the board is going to be fucking immaculate. It is. It's going to be amazing. Just you wait. We're going to Arsenal Falcon. Bam. And don't worry, we'll be able to get Soul Shaver Force next turn anyways to get access to Satellite if we need to, which will be really nice. Just send anything, honestly. It does not matter at all. Play Tribute, I think. Yeah, just play the Tribute Lanius here. Not sure what I want these two to be. Probably just send a second Mimicry just to make just to thin the deck out a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna do a Mimicry there. Then we're gonna make our Simorgh using these two, I think. Yeah, I thought about adding a third Force Strix, but we don't really need it technically. Honestly, oh, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. I sent the wrong monster. Oopsie daisies. How did I fuck this up? I play this deck on a Master Duel like on a fucking weekly basis. How did I screw that up? Huh? How did I screw that up? How did I forget to just do that and use Arsenal Falcon to make some more? Why did I do it like that? I am off today, for sure. Oh well. We have to waste Nightmare Phoenix here, but it's not too bad. We get the same result anyways, but we do clear up our field technically a little bit. Yeah, then we activate Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon, summon Ultimate Falcon. Boom. I think it's attached with some material. And then we're just gonna end our phase. You know. Activate some Morgue, summon Avian from the deck. Or do we summon this? Cloudians, well, they could be normal summon, so fuck it. Let's do Avian, because we want to be able to negate things anyways, because there is a field spell I don't like, because he runs Cloud Sanctuary, or whatever it's called, where light monsters get protected from effects and stuff like that. So I would like to stop that field spell if he plays it, which he probably will. See, he always gets Sanctuary in the sky, every goddamn time. So that's why we run the Avian, so we can just get rid of it. Unless he has another one, then I'm gonna be fucking pissed. That's fine. Unfortunately... Ooh, what's better? Wind Barrier? Not really, because he doesn't special summon anything. Simorgh isn't bad, though, but Avian's better, because we can stop traps and stuff. So yeah, we can Ultimate Falcon here. Do some more damage to him. Oh no, it made his attack 0. Do we care about getting Astral Force here? I don't think so. So... let's summon Vanishing here. And then activate Nest, because then we control 2 Raidraptors. And then we can summon Lanius. I think we just win, actually. Hold up. Yeah, I think we just win here, actually. Let's just win. I don't even need to win with a real Raidraptor. I can just win with this. See, unlike normal Knights, we're actually not that locked into Winged Beasts, so we can actually just play this. Because now that monster has 0 attack, which is actually good for us. It's actually fantastic. Get the double or nothing out. Because even though they can't be destroyed by battle, it doesn't matter. We still do battle damage. It literally does not matter at all. So yeah, the synergy works really well here because Ultimate Falcon can just make them all monsters in attack position just have 0 attack, which just makes our job a little easier. Makes Double or Nothing just a fucking OP card right now. It really does. So you know the drill. Yes, that's the cue I'm waiting for, not the other one. That's the negate. And then boom. Goodbye, Adrian Gecko. We hardly knew ye. He summoned 1 monster and died. Fantastic. All right, Alexis is next. Keep going. Let's not waste any more time. We wasted already a quarter of an episode just playing this damn deck. I'm kind of hoping we don't draw too many rank up spells. I actually lower the amount of them. I might lower them to 1 of each because I realize we just don't need them that often. So I might try to turn down the bricks of the deck. Drew Hand Traps is actually pretty fine. These are actually fine. We can use these for later and stuff. So we actually have full combo here. So we can Vanishing Lanius, out Tribute Lanius. Tribute Lanius can then send Mimicry. And then Mimicry can add Nest and, you know, the drill from here. You'll understand the drill here pretty soon. We didn't draw any rank up spells, which means we could do our usual combo, so this won't take nearly as long, I hope. Taking 10 minutes in a duel stinks, I will admit that. So I was kind of hoping we just go second a couple times so we could just win. But we do get some protections by doing it this way anyways, because then we get the avian protection, which is always real good. Definitely Singing Lanius for sure, because we're going to summon that after we summon our Bird of Doom. And then let's set this up. We don't usually have any traps in this deck. Actually, I think this is the only trap in the entire deck I play. So Shade Brigandine only comes up. Always comes up. You always come up. Always. Okay, yeah, then we force Strix here, and then we just simply... I'm blanking a bit. Hold up. Then we can just get out one of the black wings. It does not matter which black wing we grab right here. All that we need is a black wing. That isn't Zephyros, so like Bora or Crackhead Bird. I don't know where all this is coming from. Anyways, we're gonna grab Bora the Spear because why not? Krakadon's fine too. Funnily enough, we can summon both on the same turn if we actually like play our cards right and actually search the right birds. But I'm gonna summon up the Singing Lanius because we do need it out right now. Because we need to go into 2 Force Strix. See, that's why I want to run the 3rd one, but I realize we don't really need to run a 3rd one because our third rank force should just be Utopia double every time. So that's why I've kind of cut it down to 2 just to keep this deck real tight. Because as you can see, our extra deck space is quite literally extremely tight. We only run 1 rank 6, which is kind of bad for us. We run 1 rank 5, which is not great either for us. But we have choices. I think Stranger's better than Air Raid because Stranger can deal damage to the monster we pop, which is nice. But anyways, we need to get this 4 Strix in the grave, so we're gonna replace 1 owl with another. So we're gonna go this and this. So what we're gonna search, so the reason why this works out is because we're gonna search Soul Shaver Force using Ystrix's ability. But first, we're gonna get out our Zephyros. Which will mean we control a black wing, which means Bora activates. So that's why we didn't even need the Singing Lanius. It's fun enough, all we need is 2 birds to do what we need to do. Fun enough, just 3 monsters is all we need to do, because then we have enough materials to basically cycle through everything we need. But we need to activate an Xyz effect this turn, so that's why we're doing it this way. Bam, bam. Boom. And then we can activate this effect. And then, fun enough, if we wanted to really extend like crazy, I might consider running Appaloosa in the deck because that would seem interesting. But anyways, yeah, then we're gonna add, it really does not matter, does it? No, let's just add Krakadon because we have the Zephyros in the grave already. And then activate that, and then we're gonna get, Soul Shaver. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I'm gonna probably cut the raids and skips to 1 of each because frankly we just don't need them. I find we just don't need them that much. So cut down on the bricking a little bit. because I don't want to see these that often. So yeah, we lose half our life, but that's fine. So this is how we're going to be able to make Cyber Dragon Infinity, by the way. Let's put this here. So as I said, Soul Shaver doesn't really care what monster it is, as long as it's a rank 6. As long as it's 2 ranks higher than a monster we've summoned, it's gonna work just fine. I don't know if we can get it back, though. That's the only problem I have with Soul Shaver. Because, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much. And then we can go into a Samorg here using probably just these 2 dorks. So that we have a 3k bird on field. Just have some defensive, and we can still search something. So our opponent has to actually get rid of our board, which is nice, actually. And then at the end of our turn, we're just going to be able to get the stuff. Now, we could also make a Utopia, but I'd rather not do that. Yep, and then we activate Samorg. So that's why I'm also not running a lot of Fuzzy Lanius, because to me, Fuzzy Lanius is a lockout card, and I'm not really a fan of that. So let's just get out Avian, because we need a negate on the field. Well, now we have 2 negates, technically. We have an Omni negate, and we have a Spell Trap negate. Which is nice. But down in the Ice Barrier, that's not really scary. Okay, you're gonna put some in defense. Oh, well, that's annoying. I gotta activate Avian here for sure, because I don't want that thing to activate. So what, was he trying to flip his monster using swords? Okay, what do I want to add here? Well, Ice Barriers kind of die to this, don't they? Because that means she can't go into synchros at all. But no monsters can be special except for winds. So let's just go into, let's just re-summon Avian again, just because that's a face down, and face downs can be quite annoying. We basically have a rank 4 play, I think. Let me just double check what Zephyros's effect is real quick. Okay, he's not lock us, so we can activate the effect of Zephyros real quick. Take out Nest. And then special summon Crackhead Bird. We don't control 2 Raidraptors, which is unfortunate. But, we just, like, Nightmare Phoenix here? I think we do, right? You know. Unfortunately, I put Cyber Dragon Infinity where I kind of don't want it. I should have put it right here. So that way, Nightmare Phoenix can attach himself to a point. Which would be nice. Anyways, let's get another bird out. Let's just get out Vanishing, just so we have more Raidraptor targets. And then let's just go into a Nightmare Phoenix and just get rid of that face down. Unfortunately, we won't draw a card because he's not pointing directly to Samorg. I should have done my arrows a little better. That was my bad. Discard the fucking Ghost Ogre. We do not need it. Okay, it was a Mystical Space Typhoon. Well, that's shitty. Yeah, I don't really care. You can also go into Nightmare Unicorn. That might be good too. Well, wait a minute. If we bounce that monster back, I think we just win, right? I think we just win. With the amount of damage we have, we just win right now. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we do enough damage, we just win. Simple duel for simple people. Just get rid of the Ghost Ogre, I don't really give a fuck. Alright, we cleared the board, and we basically just won. So yeah, this is the less Xyz focus variant, but, you know, when we don't draw rank up spells, that's kind of what we have to do. And that's fine, this works out pretty well. We can bounce 2 cards, basically, by just setting up. And we had some negates. So next is aliens, so once more, we're gonna do this shit again. I don't know how many duels we're gonna do, maybe just 1 row. Because unfortunately, as much as I love this deck, the duels are not gonna go by very quickly, because this is a very delicate combo deck, you know? It's a very delicate combo deck with all sorts of shit going on with it. I should have went second. I should have. So we drew Soul Shaver Force. That's a little more interesting. We could do something with that, actually, I think. Yeah, so we have a normal summon here. And a Shade Brigandine, so we actually do have what we need. That's why I'm running the Shade Brigandine as like, oh, I didn't draw enough Raidraptors hand. Because thankfully we could just use any Dark Level 4 monsters to go into our homie for Strix. And then we have Singing Lanius in our hand, which is good. And then I think we're going to search Bora? Bora the Explorer, I guess. I don't know. That might be what I do here. Where's Bora? Yeah, there he is. And then we can Singing Lanius. Go into Y-Strix. Go into another rank 4, get out. Yeah, we just have combo here. I mean, we can't resummon our Zephyros, which is fine. But it's not a huge deal, because we control Blackwing, and that's all that really matters, because Bora will be able to summon itself. It's that easy. And then we'll just go into another fucking Force Strix. Why not? Because we can just activate its effect multiple times. Again, it takes a while to set up our stuff, but that's the only issue with this deck. So this deck does kind of pile up on the episode count in terms of like time. Because again, it's a very technical, intricate combo deck. That requires a lot of precision and accuracy. You know, only true professionals can play this deck. Nobody else can. If you're a scrub, you can't play this, by the way. So anyways, I'm going to get out the follow-up, I think. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to resummon Zephyros, so it's probably best we just get our follow-up set up. Even though, yeah, as we'll go for that. Alright, Force Strix will activate, so then we're going to get out our Raid Force. So we have the Soul Shaver, which means we could just summon the Thingamabob from here. So we're not going to go into Cyber Dragon Infinity here. Instead, we're going to go into our Arsenal Falcon instead, since we drew any rank up spell. So we're just going to go into our Air Raid here. How amazing, how awesome. And then we're going to go into our Air Raid Force, rank it up by 1, go into the Arsenal Falcon. As I said, I'm forklift certified to play this deck. I've played Raidraptors for years. You play them quite differently though in current gen, which is Master Duel for me. I play them a little differently, but the combo's relatively the same. It's just that you don't need to search rank up spells or have them in your hand, which is honestly all the deck really needed. It could search rank up spells just fine. It just, you needed them in your hand before. Now you don't, which is perfection in my opinion. What do we summon here? Because we can summon any bird. We could have actually summoned Zephyros this way too. I think I'm gonna do, well, I can't do Mimicry. I'm gonna do Tribute. Unfortunately, I don't know what to do with the Tribute Lanius here. He isn't really that helpful. Do we have Mimicry in the grave? We do not, so this actually works out in our favor. So let's go for the Mimicry here. So actually we did have a way of getting out Zephyros into our graveyard, which is nice. Or to get Zephyros to be set up for our main play. So we can re-grab our Soul Shaver Force, I think, by using that Air Raid Force. So we might be able to reuse it at some point. But let's set up for follow-up, as I said before. So let's go Nest and grab any Raidraptor we might need. Probably just another Tribute Lanius. So we have the two-fisted fuck yeah Vanishing Lanius and Tribute Lanius in our hand, which is perfection. And we just do the normal thing, some Morg. And Arsenal, using Arsenal Falcon and Y-Strix. See, I did it correctly this time. See what I mean? Professional. Only professionals can play this. Only the biggest pros of all time with the biggest penises can play this deck. And I am that guy. Don't worry. I'm a professional. Keep back, folks. Keep back. I'm a pro. Alright. Anyways, not too happy with this, with the Tribute just sitting there, but Tribute's got decent stats. So we can banish any Raidraptor, so I'm probably going to banish Tribute. and then get back our Soul Shaver Force. See, that's why we set this up, because now, since we have a rank 6 in our grave, we can just summon, we'll just be able to summon Satellite Falcon our following turn, and then boom, we just win. Because if our opponent summons a shitload of back row, it does not matter, it's gonna get cleared by Satellite Falcon. So, yeah. That's why Soul Shaver's the best. Sure, it requires stuff in the grave, but that's fine, we have that set up anyways. So we don't even need to go in Utopia Double, we can just clear the man's field. Trust me, aliens play a assload of back row, so we definitely, see, I'm not even phased by the Dark Hole. Not even close. Dark Hole? What Dark Hole? Yeah, just do it, make another one. He's probably gonna try to play his trap on my turn, because I know he'll have some traps that try to add A counters and shit. And then, yeah, lower all the monsters attack to 0 on my opponent's field, which is not actually, no, because he doesn't have any attack position monsters, he loses 1,000 attack. This is fine. Drawing this isn't horrible. It's not great. Actually, fun enough, I kind of just win at this point, I think. Because Force Strix's stats are pretty good here. Yeah, just re-add another tribute. See? Nothing to worry about. It was absolutely nothing to be scared of. So let's activate our Soul Shaver Force and lose another bit of health. We summon Air Raid Force. Or Air Raid, whatever. Revolution Air Raid. And then we're gonna go into our Satellite Falcon and pop that back row. See? No Nightmare Unicorn required. No need for Nightmare Unicorn. Well, I would still like to have it though. But we'll still activate Satellite Falcon. And it's gone. Do we want to just go into it right now? I think so, right? So I have to use Avian, unfortunately, but that's actually not a big deal, so we can just do this. And then we just win. And then we just win just like that. I do feel bad having just a fucking regular monster just sitting on my field, though. It's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. But it's alright. As I said, I'm a professional. I can handle the heat. I can handle the heat of just having a Tribute Lance just sitting on my field. It's alright. We're good. We're fine. So anyways, Astro Phoenix is next. He's fucking dead. If I remember correctly, most of his Destiny heroes are kind of shit anyways, because he mostly just summons one that puts your shit back to hand, which is a nothing effect for me, so it doesn't fucking matter. It's just gonna be a negated effect. Okay, our hand actually is not horrible, funnily enough. We're actually going second, so we could probably go for the kill here if he just normal summons here. Depending on our setup, we may be able to also turn a monster's attack to 0 using somebody. Somebody turns someone's attack to 0 in our extra deck, I think. Yeah, he's dead, actually. Yeah, honestly, he's dead. Because Utopia Double just kills this. Yeah, I think he's just dead. The trap could be a problem though, but it's not a huge deal. But what I might do is I might still try to set up some protection. I'm gonna do some real bitch made stuff though, so hold up. Because I want to be able to make a Nightmare card, and I want to be able to go into a rank monster. So let's do that first. So we'll get our rank up monster later, it's fine. So activate that shit. Put you back. And then add another Singulanius, because I run 2 of them in my deck. Because fuck you, I don't give a shit. Because fuck you, I don't care. This shit's nothing to me, man. We actually should have searched something else. So I probably fucked up here a little bit. Something in our deck makes our monsters attack, make opponent's attack monsters 0, right? Yeah. Actually, I made a big mistake doing that. I want to get rid of the back row first. That's the big problem. I get spooked by back row. Because it's always a battle trap. It always is. So I always have to think about my plays on that front. Now, What's His Nuts does not help me here. So it's probably for the best that we do this. So I actually did not draw enough birds to be able to play this properly. Sort of. Let's activate that effect. And then, do we want to waste our thingamabob? I don't even think so. So when you draw not very much engine, this is kind of what you have to do sometimes. So let's see what this is. So it was nothing. So I could have just killed him. Wow. I'm such a bitch, you know? I really am just such a coward sometimes. I always have to think like, ooh, do I want to just make a Nightmare Phoenix and just kill my opponent? And it's like, sure, I guess you can if you want. I think if we can get some Raidraptors in our grave. What's your what is your detach effect? Is it this card's destroyed. Well, that doesn't help me in any way. So this doesn't have any detaching effect? Wow, okay. That's pretty shitty. So actually having a little bit of trouble figuring out what my next move is gonna end up being, so I guess we have to Nightmare Phoenix, huh? Discard what, Wind Barrier Statue or something? And then just Smorg. Yeah, so we'll attack but Smorg at our main phase 2. Send... Yeah, send that, because that's not going to do anything. So get rid of that, and then since we know that trap doesn't really do anything, let's see what this is. So Fearmonger doesn't do anything. So main phase 2. Smorg. And then just summon Avian, because his trap is literally a brick. For some reason. I don't know why it's a brick. But oh well. Because there's no way he's going to get fusion materials for his fusion summon. There's absolutely no way. Fearmonger, what does he do? Special summon that target? That's fine. Okay, he's fucked. Alright, he's absolutely cooked. Alright, birds, get him. Absolutely fucking cooked. And just to add insult to injury, just to make fun of him. Just to literally point and laugh at this little bitch. Haha, bitch. Alright, next is Axel Brody. Once again, let's just keep going with the killing. Keep going with the birds. The bird is the word here today. I'm gonna go second this time because I just want to kill this motherfucker. But if we don't draw enough engine, I should have just Utopia doubled him, man. I should have just done that. 2 rank up spells, man. There's a Blaze Accelerator, so you can... oh, that's actually not good. Oh dear. Whoa. Oh dear. I'm actually dead, aren't I? Oh my god. I'm gonna beat him with Raidraptors, I swear. I swear I'm gonna beat him. Don't worry. We're not stuck. We're not even close to stuck. I have other decks I could play, but I don't want to get stuck. We're going first. That was actually a big mistake. That was actually my fault. I should have been going first with this deck. We drew double or nothing, but we have nothing, actually. I can't do anything with this. This is fantastic. So I actually have to do this. If we activate this effect... Yeah, that's fine, actually. So we can summon this real quick, get an Xyz monster on the field. So we're just gonna summon one of our shitty ones. Who's our shittiest one? Stranger Falcon, I think. I think he is the most... No, Air Raid's pretty useless. I would say Air Raid's pretty useless, but let's do Stranger Falcon. Right, and then we drew a Blackwing, which is good for us. Which means we can... Oh wait, first off, get out Nest. I almost forgot about that part. We already normal summon, so we want to go into someone with special summon, so that'll probably just be our Painlanius. Just we have an extra bird on field to help with this, so... Hey, it's all good. Right enough, we can Soul Shave here and go into our Arsenal Falcon if we want. We could. Could go into Arsenal Falcon with that. We could if we want. Summon Zephyros. But I also want... Where's my Zephyros? Where is he? There he is. He was on top of my deck, that little fucking bitch. What you doing on top of my deck, you one of? You absolute garnet, you. Alright, Crackhead's on the field, which means we can just go into a Force Strix here, using, honestly, these two right here. Just use the Blackwing. And then... Hang on, this is a thinking man's deck, so I need to think real quick. I want to get negates, so we'll have that at least. But I want to be able to get out of Cyber Dragon Infinity. What's my feel like? I can't tell what's in my graveyard right now. Fantastic. We can use these. Then we can also Zephyros. So let's go for Bora. Activate that. Soul Shaver Force. But do we want to go into Cyber Dragon Infinity, or do we want to go into a Falcon of Doom? I think I'd actually rather go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. Personally. So let's do that. I think I'd rather go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. I know it seems like a mistake. I know I spent like all this time going, oh, I want to make this or I want to make that. But I think we're gonna... I see we couldn't even make it anyways. We couldn't even make the thing we wanted. So yeah, we had to make Cyber Dragon Infinity. So our play was fine. It was okay. We made the right decision by going for a negate board. See, we couldn't even use the Arsenal Falcon because he wasn't used properly. Or the Stranger Falcon, sorry. We couldn't even use the Stranger Falcon, so it didn't matter because he wasn't summoned properly. So it's all good. Problem is we have this like little guy sitting here, but that's not a big deal. Could Zephyros, but I'd rather save that for Nightmare Phoenix next turn. So boom, we have our negate board. We could just Samorg, summon Avian, and just like that, we can beat this little fucker. Now, it would have been more thematically funny if I played Magical Musketeers, because he's playing with guns, so why don't I just play with guns? And that honestly would have been a better idea. We can just negate this with Cyber Dragon Infinity. And we can save Avian for a monster effect. Snatch Steal, huh? Well, auto back to my hand then. Nice ban card. I think that's banned in this game. There's the trap, which is fine because we're just going to negate it anyways. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. We have to negate the graveyard effect. He didn't summon any monsters, which actually is a problem because I would like Cyber Dragon Infinity to eat one of those monsters. But we have the Ash Blossom to protect our butt cheeks as well, so I might just summon Bora the Spear here, or we can do Zephyros real quick. And then we can summon Bora. I know we're going against a burn deck and we're burning ourselves, but it's fine. Wait a minute, we just win. Sort of. Yeah, this is fine. So don't even go into Utopia doubles, go into regular Utopia. So what I found out is when you don't use Utopia's effect, if you just summon Utopia with double or nothing in your hand, he still gets 5k attack, but on the plus side, he can attack directly. So he's actually, so drawing double or nothing isn't the worst thing on the planet. It's just that if you're not set up properly, you know, it ain't gonna work too well, but it's still fine. So we do that. Phoenix Wing Blast, huh? So I actually have to activate this. Unfortunately, that's the thing, his shell's gonna activate. Wait, does this not work? Okay, that does work. And everyone else can attack still. Whoopee! We win. There we go. See? No birds, no problem. Well, there were birds, but you know what I mean. Alright, one more duel. This episode's going on for long enough. So the Carbon Formula. This guy's deck really stinks. We should be able to beat him. He's probably got a lot of bullshit cards, though, to kind of fill in his shitty deck. What's that? My deck doesn't have a win condition? Here's a bunch of blow-up cards to just auto-win. Or not auto-win, but just be fucking annoying as shit. Alright, the Two-Fisted Fuck Yeah is here. I love it. You love to see it. I love to see it. Everyone loves to see it. The Two-Fisted Fuck Yeah, Vanishing Lanius into Tribute Lanius. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just beautiful. Still play these guys in my current build, because they're just so good still. They're just still really good in the deck. They're still utterly fantastic. Get that Mimicry in that graveyard. And then get out that nest. So what's funny is that even if we draw a nest, it's not too horrible because Mimicry can just search a Raidraptor, which is still really good. Because, fun enough, if you actually get out nest first, you can search 2 Raidraptors in the same turn, which is fucking pretty not bad. Alright, not bad for a kind of old Xyz deck that requires a fuck shit load of rank up spells, but it's not a huge deal. So anyways, let's summon our 3 birds. To get out what we need. I just fucked up. Well, hey man, I'm not perfect, right? I may not be perfect. It's no big deal. Did we just summon something else here instead? Or do we still go for Zephyros? Yeah, we still go for Zephyros. This actually isn't the worst thing in the world. We're not in a horrible spot or nothing. Because we could still search a Blackwing and this reset our nest. Honestly, this is almost better because you just still set up your nest. And that's all that matters, is setting up your nest. Man, you know what's fucking crazy? I have been playing Expedition 33, which is that new JRPG that just came out. I know some people were like, what? I thought the same thing when I first looked at it on Steam. I was like, what in the fuck is this? Or I was turning into Joe Pesci. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was questioning my fucking sanity when I looked at that. I'm like, that's not a JRPG. What the hell is this thing? And then I fucking played it, and everyone else has also been playing it, and it fucking blew my nuts off. Right? Absolutely fucking surprised the hell out of me. It actually, like, is very excellent. I'm surprised how good it is. I almost thought about playing it on the channel. It's that good. Like, it's a game in 2025 not sucking complete dog shit. Dude, what year is this? That's what I was thinking, because games in 2025, man, are horrible. Good lord, this has to be the worst year in gaming I think we've ever had, but somehow a good sleeper game comes out of nowhere and everyone fucking plays it because there's absolutely fucking nothing else happening in the games industry. Literally, who the fuck is releasing a game this year? Nobody. Not a damn soul has released a fucking thing, and it's blowing my mind. It's like, man, if these fuckers just released some games, right? And I mean, like, spent like 2 years actually making a decent game and not really worrying about if it's like AAA or not, I think we would be in a better spot. Fun, that's actually how it used to be back in the day. AAA games weren't AAA games; they were AA games. Right? Budgets weren't so fucking bloated. Sales didn't have to be too bad. I mean, there were still some occasional, you know, studio closures, but like for the most part it really wasn't too bad. But yeah, I've been playing that. It's been fun. I really like the kind of like glass cannon character in that game. I think her name is Melee or something. She's like the youngest character in the cast, but she's also Shadowheart's voice actress for people that know my Baldur's Gate stuff, which is kind of funny. She's literally the same voice. She doesn't even try to sound any different. Like, she maybe sound a little more chipper than Shadowheart, because, you know, when I think of chipper characters, I think of fucking Shadowheart, you know, the most emo fucking character I think you'll ever meet in a fucking Baldur's Gate game. But, what do I want to add? Just Vanishing Lanius? Hell yeah. Let's get the two-fisted fuck yeah back in order, and then search our negate, and call it a fucking turn and a half, with how long it takes me to get these combos going. As I said, I am forklift certified to play this deck. Where's my avian? There he is. Where's my big bird at? Where's Big Bird? Where's my beloved Sesame Street character at? Fossil Dig, you can play that. I don't really care. This guy doesn't play anything. Oh yeah, that's right. He gets a Labrador Dragon. Isn't that what he does to get out like big synchros and shit? Okay, that's all he plays? That's fine. Yeah. And then we just get out Dark Simorgh and just absolutely thrash on this guy's field. And then we're just gonna summon... Damn it, I did it again where I put it in the wrong spot. Yeah, still do this though real quick, hang on. Get out, Fuzzy Lanius, I think. Just in case we need to special summon anything, and then add Nest. Then have Nest add, have Nest add... I just realized my Cyber Dragon Infinities can suck up my, my little birds if I need them to. I just realized that. That's what Cyber Dragon Infinity actually does, weirdly enough. Do we just want to get out of Vanishing Lanius in my hand, or do we want to... Yeah, let's go for Peleus in case we need some more shit. And then we just go for Nightmare here. I use my normal summon, right? Yeah, I don't have a Raidraptor in my field. Discard the extra Ash Blossom. Mystical Space Typhoon? Okay. Like, I don't really care, actually. Send Nest, I don't really give a fuck. And then, what else can we do here? We could play Raid Force, I think. Oh yeah, that's right, with 2 level 7s, we could just summon it straight up. I think I mean, this isn't an OTK, unfortunately. I would like to send back a monster. So I think instead we're gonna actually summon Arsenal Falcon here, just so we get an extra monster on the field. Because we already sucked up, well, we already know what the fucking face down was. It was absolutely dog shit nothing. So we can actually just do this instead. And summon whatever the fuck is in here. There's no Raidraptor. Well, actually, there is a Raidraptor technically in here, so it's not a huge deal. So if it does get sent to the grave, it's not a huge deal or nothing. And there's some Tribute Lanius, and then have Tribute Lanius and Mimicry for follow-up. Hey, man. It's called synergy, right? It's called synergy. Ever wonder why I play things? Synergy. Anyways, where's all my mimicries? There they are. And then we just add vanishing here. Blink. Where are my vanishing laniuses? There they are. It's my last one. Anyways, I'm then gonna just go into a Nightmare Unicorn here. I know, this is a really complicated deck just to go for an OTK, but you know, we need to have our field as fat as possible. And then just throw away the Ghost Ogre, put that away, send that back to the deck. See you later. We just win. We have 5 monsters on the field. Who's our weakest? Nightmare Unicorn? Yep. Then everything else just kills them. There we go. OTK. A simple OTK that took us like 10,000 fucking years to do. And another hour-long episode, man. Those losses really cut my time down. I should have just stopped going second. As much as I want to just Utopia double people, that wasn't gonna work. So anyways, waste a whole ass hour just to fucking kill one row, guys. I kind of blame Raidraptors for that. But anyways, we're gonna take on Blair Flanagan and her annoying ass deck. This deck is fucking irritating. Okay? I have a way around it, and it's called not battling her monsters. So I think next time we're gonna fight her with, where is it? Yeah, this shit. This Blue Eyes Chaos Max deck, because technically we don't need to use any of her monsters to win. So, we'll do that next time, by the way. I could do it right now, though, but this would make the episode too long. It's already long enough as it is currently. So, fuck it. We're gonna do it next time. See you guys around.